Hello everyone and welcome to this session on referencing. My name is Katherine Raper and I'm one of the PCAL staff at the Parramatta campus. Today we will be looking at some of the difficult areas of referencing which I think will assist you as postgraduate students. So what is your reference list? It's a list of information sources that you need to include in your assessments. And where do you get these information sources from? You'll gather a lot of the scholarly sources from a range of your reading lists, databases from libraries, and scholarly sources. Part of this session will be discussing with you the importance of referencing techniques and some of the more difficult areas. At an academic and scholarly level, you need to apply the skills of referencing across your work carefully. Referencing is applied for acknowledging other people's work and to support your viewpoints you wish to express in your work. Additionally, you need to reference to give a thorough response to what the assignment question is asking of you. This is an essential skill for you as you work your way through your university studies. So why do we reference? Mainly to reference and give credit to authors and show that you have read and what you have read is enough to support your views. And finally, to allow the reader to find the sources you mentioned in your work. Reference regularly, but not too many times. As we'll see in the slide here, you need to reference at the beginning with your point and also at the end with the same point. You're at a tertiary level of study and are expected to refer to what other people write within your literature reviews carefully. As you are using other people's works, it is important that you reference them in your work. Your understanding of what other people are writing about is most important throughout your discussions within your assignments. How many in-text references should I include with my referencing? You need an in-text reference to match the source you mentioned from the beginning. However, when you continue to refer to them throughout a paragraph, you don't need to continue to mention them. The next slides will give you examples of the continued highlighting of the same source. If you read the following text, you will see that the reference has various numbers, including such as 3 times, and in the first example it is 3 references referring to the same idea, and you don't need to include this large number of referencing to the same idea. You only need to reference at the beginning and then at the end to the person that you're referring to. If you do change the idea, then you must cite them again. And don't forget that additional in-text citations will always add towards your word count. So just be careful with this. The in-text examples have been removed in the next slide. So the first one has been inserted after the first source, and then the second source has been included when a different idea is being discussed halfway through the paragraph. So you only need to refer to the reference twice. In the next slide, it's an example where we've also got another example of too much in-text referencing. They're the same ideas following between each sentence, so it's unnecessary to refer to Hatter. On the next slide is a number of references that are necessary because there are different ideas. So in that slide, it is very important to look at which ideas you are highlighting and immediately start the new in text when you move to a new idea. So we will see now that the in-text examples have been removed. The first one has been inserted after the first source, and which is discussed, included in the discussion, while the second source has been added at the end of the paraphrase discussion. Other issues that are important are grammar and spelling, and these need to be considered carefully in your writing. They include punctuation. Do not forget commas in your sentences. Okay, if you have a very long sentence, ensure that you have commas for breaks. Full stops and capitalisation at all times when you're referring to names of organisations, authors, and it might just be a proper noun. Also, don't forget, if you're using a quotation, that you don't forget the quote, the quotation marks and the page numbers. There are a wide range of helpful tools around to help you, and these are various resources via the library's website online, and also various grammar tools that they also have online and also in print. And some of these will be outlined later. Avoid any temptations you may have for shortcuts. Thank you.